What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another discussion video. Today, we're going to be talking about Shin Megami Tensei 5 and also Metroid Dread. But before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe if you are someone new for daily gaming videos and also live streams 6 days out of the week. Now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into this discussion. So over the past week or so, or a couple weeks more like it, ever since E3 wrapped up, I've been asking you guys questions on my community page about Shin Megami Tensei 5, about Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, about Metroid Dread, various different games in terms of purchase intent and what's going on there. I want to get a pulse in terms of what's going on with the Nintendo Switch community. Where are they going to be spending their time, their money, effort, whatever the case is when it comes to these various different big games that are coming out. Now, in this video, I wanted to focus in on two different games. And of course, that is Shin Megami Tensei 5 and also Metroid Dread. So let's first start off with Metroid Dread. I am very surprised about this game because I think that there's been some controversy, right? Which is good a little bit, right? Because whenever you have controversy, you get people talking about the game more before it launches. Before we have any type of review scores, before we have any type of sales numbers or anything when it comes down to it, controversy sometimes can elevate a game and just get people talking about it more so than not. You're going to have people that support the cause. You're going to have people that don't support the cause. And you're going to have people that just want to be neutral and people who just say, I don't care about all of this. Why are you guys even discussing this? And that's kind of what's been happening with Metroid Dread. Now, the biggest thing with this game is if it's worth $60. I've seen articles, I've seen videos, I've seen Twitter posts, I've seen so many different things back and forth on this, usually with more of the younger crowd saying, oh, it's not worth it because they didn't grow up with this type of game and they've probably never played a Metroid game before. And then you also have the old school crowd which grew up with games like Super Metroid that cost like $60 back on the Super Nintendo or even more. And we know kind of like what's at stake with what's going on with Metroid, right? We're getting our first new 2D Metroid in 20 years, and people don't want this game to do bad. People definitely want it to do good, and based off of what we've seen so far, the game is looking absolutely incredible. So, of course, a lot of the old school people are like, no, it's definitely worth the 60. But what surprises me the most about this is the purchase intent amongst you guys. Now, I talked about this a bit ago in a video, but I wanted to just focus it, kind of isolate it a little bit more. I'm very surprised on the purchase intent. I'm very surprised on it. Now, on my channel, I asked you guys about a week ago or so, like, are you going to purchase Metroid Dread on the Nintendo Switch? This by far has the highest purchase intent out of any game that I've ever put up on a poll for PlayerEssence. Over 14,000 votes at this point. 62% of you guys say that you're going to buy Metroid Dread on the Nintendo Switch. That is incredible. And over 50%, I mean, even if you can get anywhere near 50%, heck, even if you're in the 30 or 40% range, that's pretty good, even for a smaller poll with around 10K plus like this. So if you know that this group, in terms of the people that watch my channel or the people that are voting on this, if 62% of people from that poll are going to buy the game and go through with it, this game is going to do a lot better and it's going to surprise a lot of people out there. I went back and I looked at the poll results here and I was surprised just by saying, whoa, I knew it was good. Like, I knew there was already a good rating on there, but to have a 62% on yes, I'm going to buy it. But what's even more impressive is that if you add up the potential other sales with this poll, there's another 21% of people out of this 14K that say maybe. So if you add it up all together, that is a staggering 83% of potentially buying this game, 14K people out of just this small sample size that we do have here, and only 16% saying no. I mean, that's insane, right? I think that's pretty good. And also, if you look at it, some of the other games that I've polled you guys on, like Mario Golf, Super Rush, for example, and also the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, those have smaller purchase intent than Metroid Dread has. Now, don't get me wrong, those games are going to definitely sell better than Metroid Dread, but it just goes to show you the core support, because my channel, a lot of core gamers out here, there's casual gamers too, but a lot of us are kind of into gaming a lot when it comes to Nintendo Switch, and to see that high of amount over some of the other classic Mario and Zelda is actually pretty impressive and also very encouraging for Metroid Dread doing well, or hopefully doing very well when it comes out this October. So I'm shocked by that a little bit, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen for Metroid Dread in the future, because based off of how Nintendo is marketing the heck out of this game, I really love what I'm seeing. So definitely thumbs up there. Cannot wait to see Nintendo, of course, show off the game more. They've been talking about it on Twitter, all the different accounts, Nintendo of Europe, also Nintendo of America. They've been doing this new series, The Reports, with Metroid Dread, and talking about the game more with the developers of it. So this is exactly what I want to see. It's great to see Mercury Steam and also Nintendo working together to bring 2D Metroid back, which I like 2D Metroid more than I like 3D Metroid Prime. So to see this come back in this way and then really pushing it is definitely a good sign for the future of Metroid, to get people interested and to get new fans, because that's what Metroid needs to do. It doesn't need to just play off of people who bought the games before. It needs to get a bunch of new people. The install base is there. The marketing is there. The Nintendo ambassadors who are going to play this game are there. Like, everything is there. There's no more restrictions on YouTube to where people can't do Let's Plays, or people can't do, reviews of the game and get copyright claims from Nintendo. There are no more restrictions. There are no more chains holding Metroid back in any type of way. So there's really no excuse if this game is high quality, which it does look like it's going to be high quality and get good review scores. So there's no reason why this game can't pass up Metroid Prime as the best-selling Metroid game of all time, and of course beat out all of the other 2D Metroid games. Now let's get into the next thing here. What kind of shocked me or surprised me a bit too was Shin Megami Tensei 5. So about a week ago or so, I asked you guys, well, are you going to purchase Shin Megami Tensei 5 in 2021? And the reason why I'm shocked with these results here is that Shin Megami Tensei has never been a huge type of player in the game. And I'm not expecting this game to have some type of crazy sales results where it beats out Persona or something like that. No, I'm not expecting that at all. But to see that 45% of people have a solid yes on this topic with 12K plus votes, and on top of that, if you add in the maybe on this one, that's a solid 70% of people are going to potentially buy Shin Megami Tensei 5 out of the small sample size that we do have here. That also kind of surprised me as well, just because it's a hardcore turn-based RPG. These games aren't quite as popular here in the US. We have a few that do really well, stuff like Pokemon, for example. Obviously, Persona has kind of broken in to more of the mainstream with its 5 million units if you count up the original Persona 5, plus also Persona 5 Royal as well. So that's been doing really well. But really, to be honest, turn-based RPGs don't do that incredible here. I was kind of expecting a purchase intent, or at least with this on my channel, to be like around maybe 30% or so. That's what I thought for a solid yes. And then with the maybe, probably like around like 20%, low 20s, or even in the teens. But to see it at 25%, and of course the solid yes at 45% for 70, with only a 30% as a no, that tells me that there is a lot of room for the SMT franchise to grow now that it's off of portables and it's onto the Nintendo Switch as a home console, and also the portables. So essentially, if you love SMT portable, well, you still get that, because the game plays absolutely fantastic when it comes to just the portable style of play, the demon fusion, grinding, certain stuff like that, turn-based combat. It just plays really well portable. So people have had fun with SMT games on portable systems, with the DS and also with the 3DS as well. But having that option with beautiful graphics now, with HD and everything, to get both of those experiences, I think it's going to probably blow up SMT to be the best-selling game in the franchise, which it's not going to take too much with this one. I think the best-selling one before that is SMT4, around like 800,000 to a million, somewhere in that range. SMT4 sold, or the best-selling SMT game. So it's not going to take much to beat it. And you have a huge install base. Obviously, the Nintendo Switch is well above what the Nintendo 3DS has done. You have the marketing, you have the positioning too. It's not coming out earlier in the year and other games kind of overshadowing it. You have it right there in the holiday season when people have extra money to spend. And on top of that, it's positioned greatly right before Black Friday to where people are looking to actually pick up stuff. So to me, it works out just well. Nintendo has a lot of confidence in this game. I think that Atlas has a lot of confidence in this game. I know some people like to downplay kind of how these Japanese RPGs are in comparison to Western games and how much they could potentially cost or not. We don't really know the prices and everything when it comes to development, but I can tell you something right now. This was not a cheap game to make, and Atlus is definitely kind of going all in on this game. The marketing has been fantastic. They've been doing these daily demon vlogs where they put up different demons that are beautifully rendered in nice HD graphics. Yes, there's not as many demons as before. They cut it down by around 50%, but that's because they had to take the extra time to do the 3D models of the demons and kind of get everything into this game, and also the nice open-endedness of the game and having the interactive type of worlds where you're sliding down and stuff. There's so many dynamics to game development, and with this game they're really saying, hey, this is the first real HD Shin Megami Tensei game. We're not counting Tokyo Mirage Sessions, that's something completely different, you know, although they did use some pretty cool stuff from that game in SMT5. But I think that with all of that being said, with the purchase intent that I'm seeing here, with the amount of people that are excited in terms of when I put out videos on SMT, people talking about the game, I think it's definitely going to be something that kind of shocks people when it comes down to the sales and how it actually ends up doing on the Nintendo Switch. And once again, this is our big opportunity, right? People always talk about Persona and how that should be on Nintendo Switch. I've talked about it multiple times, but if this game does incredibly well because of the Persona fans, the new ones that are out there that also have a Nintendo Switch, because of the SMT fans, because of the other people, you know, just the Nintendo Switch owners that want to try something new for the holiday, they want to have this be their first one, I think that we could see a lot of things change when it comes to the outcome and what Atlus does going forward in the future, and with Sega as well. So I'm very excited to see the future of both of these franchises when it comes to Metroid Dread and also Shin Megami Tensei 5. So what are your thoughts on this, guys, when it comes to both of these? Are you planning on picking up either one of them or both? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.